What's up, YouTube gang? What's up, YouTube gang? What's up, YouTube gang? What's up, YouTube gang? Hey, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. It's your girl, her name is Sid. I'm still getting over this little bit of sore throat issue that I have going on. So please excuse me if it's kind of hard to hear me just a little bit. But today, we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, apartment shopping. So if you're looking to move out and you don't quite know where to start, here's your place. So what we're going to be going over is the area that you want to look for, the number of bedrooms that you decide that you want to have. We're going to go over all of the things that you want to consider, the questions you want to ask while you're out shopping for an apartment, okay? So number one, the very first thing you want to check for and think about is the area that you want to live in, okay? So one thing I do always check with anything that I'm getting ready to put my money into, okay, is I check the ratings. Go to Google, put in the apartment name and put in ratings. So for example, if it's Element 41, you're gonna put in Element 41 ratings, right? What it's going to give you is a plethora of reviews of the apartment complex. Now there are some differences when you have some tenants that were not happy with their stay, either because they didn't get what they wanted or whatever the case may be. So they might be on there just literally trying to bash the apartment complex. But things to look for is when they talk about the area, the living conditions, maintenance, management, stuff like that. Those are things that you want to look for, and the star ratings on the apartment that you're looking at. You also want to make sure you're close to any shopping centers, any grocery stores, movie theaters, restaurants, things like that, okay? The second thing that you want to consider when you're shopping for a place or an apartment is the number of bedrooms that you want to have. So you want to look at the bedrooms, how many bathrooms does it have, what is the floor plan like. A lot of apartments are set up dorm style where you got a bedroom and bathroom on one side of the apartment and you got a bedroom and bathroom on the other side of the apartment. Some of them, the bedrooms are close together. If you want your privacy, that's probably not the way you want to go. But look at the number of bedrooms. Number three, you want to plan out your budget and what you're able to spend, okay? You do not want to get an apartment that's going to cost you your whole paycheck just to pay the rent. That is exceeding your living expenses, okay? I have done that before, and let me tell you, it's very hard trying to keep up with your rent, trying to keep up with your bills when you cannot pay them. That is a very common mistake that a lot of us make, and we get caught up in, well, we like the area or we like the size, updated amenities, black appliances, white appliances. All of that factors into the cost of the apartment, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms that you have as well. Number four, you want to have a full-blown phone interview with the complex before you even start anything else, right? So you're gonna call them up, you're gonna ask to speak to a leasing agent. What you wanna make sure, and write this down, okay? Because you wanna make sure that you don't leave anything out so that you're not surprised with any additional expenses that you didn't consider or any questions that you may have missed during the phone interview, okay? We wanna ask what the application fee is, what the administrative fee is, if you have a pet, if there is a pet fee. You want to ask what the deposit is, and if there is a security deposit. Most of the time, a security deposit is only associated with people such as myself who have poor credit. And so what that means is they're gonna, what you want to ask, because some apartment complexes either they don't do a credit check, or they do a credit check and only consider certain things. Like if you have an eviction, some of them will deny you. Some of them are second chances. So if you have an eviction, It doesn't mean that you can't get an apartment. You just have to do some additional researching to make sure you find a place that accepts your credit history. And depending on your credit score, they might tell you the security deposit depends on your credit score. So if you have a low credit score, you're gonna end up paying most likely a first month's rent for a security deposit. It can go anywhere from 0 up to first month's rent or better, whatever their stipulations are for that. A number one thing that you wanna ask is if the water is included in the rent. Okay, there are some cases where you're paying a whole heck of a lot of rent, but your water is separate. Or if you ask them, they will tell you that it's included into the rent. So they'll say, well, it's a $30 fee for the rent, and that's the amount that you pay every month to utilize your water. Be careful, because there are some places that go off of the building usage. Okay, my last complex went off of the entire building, okay? And then they would split it down the middle, and that's how much we would pay for our water bill, which was really unfair to me, because you never really know how many people are staying in a unit. You know, a lot of people are not honest about who's really staying inside of a unit. So if there's 4 people in one apartment and they're all using water, I'm having to foot their bill, you know, is what it felt like. The next thing that you want to ask for is if there are any specials going on. Okay, a lot of the times apartment complexes are trying to get you in. They're trying to get you an application. They want to get you moved into the apartment, because of course they make money too, the leasing agents, for every person that they get into the complex, right? That's how they get their money, through commission. Okay, so want to ask if they have any specials going on. Are you waiving the deposit fee for this month? Are you waiving the administrative fee? Is there anything that excludes me from paying the application fee, or that would serve me and give me a discount on any of those things? Make sure you ask. Okay, sometimes they have rent move-in specials, $99 to move in, free first month's rent, you know. Make sure you ask those questions, because even though they do advertise it, sometimes they won't disclose that to you. The next thing you want to make sure that you look for in your apartment are the amenities. Okay, meaning, does it have a dishwasher? Does it have a dryer? Does it have a washer? Okay, does it have a pool? Does it have a place where I could work out if you're a person that likes to exercise? Do they have a gym available for you? You want to ask them if it's a gated community. You want to ask them if the parking is free. Some places charge you to park your car. Okay, these are things that you want to ask, because when you write out your list and you write out all the things that you're looking for, it'll be expenses that you didn't really expect to be there. So when they throw it at you, you're not like, oh, I didn't know that you were going to charge me for that, because you asked up front and now you've budgeted correctly, right? The very last thing that you must do, and I know this is going to be kind of difficult because times are kind of different right now with everything that's going on, right? Everything is digital, everything is Zoom, everything is through the computer, right? So the very last thing that you absolutely want to do is take a tour, okay? Companies, I'm sorry, but they have a great way of taking great pictures, right? Have you ever, if you've been apartment shopping before, right? You're looking at the pictures and you're like, this looks awesome. And then you pull up and you're like, wait a minute, Jesus, this is not what the pictures are reflecting, you know, and you done drove out, wasted 30 minutes of gas and all that. And it ain't even what they got in the pictures, right? Or they done showed you pictures of the display room, and then when you get there to do a tour, you're looking at the original apartment. That's another thing. I'm glad that I brought that up, that you want to mention when you're doing an apartment tour. Do not ask to look at the display room. The display room is exactly what it says it is. It's for display, okay? It's for you to look at because it looks cute, it looks nice, it smells good, no one lives there. You want to ask them, do they have a vacant unit that you are looking for that they can show you? Okay, there have been a lot of cases where I went and I asked for the vacant unit instead of the display, and I found a lot of things, right? I've found roaches before. I'm talking about, let me share a story with you. My first time moving out, right? I went and looked at the apartment, saw roaches everywhere. And when I went back and told the leasing agent, y'all, I was 18, I was eager to get out the house, I didn't know no better, okay? Literally told me, they was like, oh, that apartment has just been exterminated. It's just that, you know, complex that's infected with roaches. Your unit's not infected with roaches. And the first night I moved in, I realized I had 6 roommates. Okay. A lot going on that they did not mention to me before I got there. So make sure you look at the area yourself. Drive around. I always tell people to drive around at nighttime, okay? That the freaks come out at night, okay? You are going to learn. The reason why things are so quiet during the day is because most of the time people are out. They are out at work, they're out at the grocery store, they're out at their friend's house. When they come home is when you really get to see the personality of the community that you're in, right? So when you come at an evening time, like let's say around 4, 5, 6 o'clock, when everybody really starts to get home and wind down, now go ahead and do the drive-through of the apartment complex and get a feel of the environment that you're in. Going back to the ratings, right? When you're looking at the ratings, read those reviews. There were a number of apartment complexes in Atlanta where they were saying that they will go to work and come home and everything in their apartment was gone. Couches, bed, groceries, just completely robbed, right? Or they go to sleep and they wake up and their car is stolen. Pay attention to those things because it's gonna tell you the type of crowd that resides in these types of areas, and then you can kind of figure out if that's where you want to be. The last and final thing that you want to do under no pressure at all is you want to go ahead and secure your apartment. If you see that the area is nice, the ratings are good, it's the number of bedrooms that you want, it's in your budget, and you're feeling like it's a good thing, go ahead and secure your apartment because they go quickly. You never know. The person behind you, literally the next day, you could call and say, hey, is that unit still available? And they're like, sorry, it's gone and we won't have any available until January 2022, right? You don't want that to happen if it's something that you want. But at the same time, okay, do not feel pressured. And that's normally a sign that you probably should not lease with them. If you're ever feeling pressure to do something, like you feel like they're trying to really make you, you know, get this apartment, that's normally a red flag. So I would say stay away from that type of behavior. Have a strong, you know, thick skin, get some spinal cord about you when you're out there, and just let them know, hey, I'm not interested right now, but I'll give you a call if I am. And guys, let me tell you something. When it's the apartment that you know you want, you don't second guess it. You don't have to go think about it. You go right back to the leasing office, you give them your deposit, and you put in your application, and you put in your administrative fee as well, because you know that this is what you want. And the next thing you know, they're handing you your keys, baby. I hope that this video helped. I know I went a little bit fast, but I'm on a lunch break and I gotta get back to work. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this video. If you have any advice that you can share with us, please do down in the comment section. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. And I love you guys and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.